Hey everyone, John here, and today we are going to continue making our Endless Runner game. Alright, so what we are going to do today is we are going to implement the score system and the game over / restart system. So first, I think what we did was when you get a coin, your score went up by 1,000. I think that's quite a large number. I think instead I'll make it 100. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my dashboard. Actually, no, I'm going to go to the player. I'm going to keep in the player. So I'm going to add an event, and it's going to be a time event every n seconds. And I'm going to rename this score add. So every 0.1, so every tenth of a second, we're going to set score. Just go in here to game attributes and get our score. And then go in here and get math plus, so set score to, then getters score plus 1. So every tenth of a second we'll get 1 score, so every second we'll get 10 scores. So let's test that and see how that works. It should work well. Actually, I'll just test to see that the game doesn't lag, because in all reality, we don't have any way to show our score yet, so we're also going to do that. That's probably a pretty important part of that, I'd say. Yep, it's all good, just how it was before. Okay, so I'm going to go to the dashboard, go to my scenes, and click on my level. And open it up, and then I'm going to go into its events. And I'm going to add event, and this is going to be a basics when drawing. I'm going to rename this score text, because we are going to display the score text in it. So I'm going to go to drawing. So here, styles. First, I'm going to set the font to, oh, we don't have a font, so let's make a font. Alright, create a font, and we'll just name it score text. Hit create. I'll use typewriter, and I'll make it a little bit bigger, and I'll make it bold. Alright, and then color, let's see, so it's a blue, so probably something darker. Just stick with black, see how that looks. And effects, I think that's fine. Alright, there, I'll do a white stroke on it just to, there, that looks pretty nice. Alright, so alright, so set the font to the score text font. And then drawing, we're going to draw text, and we're going to need, go in here into text, we're going to need an and here thing to join two strings together to combine them. So score colon space. Remember, we put a space because otherwise it would just say score and then the number. We have to put a space in there to keep the number spaced out from the text. So then we're going to go in here and we're going to get an as text, because we want it's going to be a number and we want to display it as text. So let's go to our game attributes in our getters and grab out score here. For X, I'll just try 5, 5. Might lower that even. I just want it to be in the top left corner. So remember, 0, 0 is the top left. So just giving it a little bit of a padding, just a little bit of padding to keep it not completely square with the edge. Alright, how that looks. Yep, so it's going up. Every second it goes up 10. Then you'll see I will get a coin, it'll go up 100. Perfect. Yep, that's good. Alright, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to make it so that instead of just killing the player when he gets hit, we have a game over function. So let's go into our player's events here and go into our hit by enemy. So instead of just killing self or reloading, we're going to go to dashboard. We're going to make a new scene, and it's going to be called game over. And the solid color white's fine because we're going to add our background to it. Alright, so let's draw our tile here. If you do more than you want to, you can just grab the mouse, click and drag to grab it, and then hit the delete key on your keyboard. Then we're going to add new background layer, our clouds, our beautiful, wonderful clouds, and move them down. And we don't need our guy here because we're just going to make the game over text be here. All right. All right, so let's make a different font for the game. Actually, yeah, our font is fine. So let's go into events and add event basics when drawing. The same thing. We're going to go into drawing, grab our styles, set the current font to our score text, which I think that's actually a pretty nice font. And then drawing, we're going to draw text. We're going to draw text game over. And that's going to be, all right, we're going to do some math here. All right, so we need a minus, and we need a divided by, and we need, yeah, that's good. All right, so the X is going to be search for width. So it's going to be screen width divided by 2. So that's the direct center, but remember it draws the top left corner of the text there. So we're going to get width for of text, or just divided by 2, sorry, minus get width of text, or only 1/2, sorry. So the, no, not minus. I'm having a hard time clicking today. All right, divided by, there we go. So the width for our same text that you entered in the other box, otherwise it won't work, divided by 2. So that should be the exact center for that. And then y, yeah, y will do math, but not as much math. So to get the minus, and then get the divided by. So this one, we're going to grab out screen width again, except this time we're going to change it to height. Screen height divided by 2, minus, I search height to get height using current font. All right, so just to make sure that works, all right, so first we have to go back to our player and add that in. So instead of reload and fade out, we're going to search switch, and we're going to grab this big one down here, switch to game over, and fade out for same thing, 2 and 2, perfect. And we can also kill self at the end. All right, let's test to make sure that works. Should be all nice and good. All right, here we are. So the score is going up nicely. Get the coin. Get the coins up. Try to get the coins. Oh, no. It's spawning 2 coins because I made a tweak. It's fine. I will change that. All right, so now I'm going to get hit. Boom. And it fades. Goes to our perfect little game over scene here. All right, that is good. And you can see it's at the direct center of the screen. Direct center of the screen. All right, and then, wait, that was weird. Only supposed to be this big. Okay. And then, all right, so now we're going to add it so that you can restart, because right now I'm stuck on this screen with no hope of ever getting out alive. So let's do that. Let's go to our game over scene. And likewise, we're going to just right click and duplicate this. Don't need the current set font anything. So the text we're going to draw is press, and then this little apostrophe space to restart. Like that. And same thing, press space to restart. Make sure you enter it the exact same way. And then instead of doing this minus, we're just going to take the minus part out and only use the divided by so it doesn't overlap with our other text. So we want it to be below, so that's why we're not. So minus actually, a minus on the y means it's going up. So the smaller you get on the y, the higher you're going. So that's why we're not subtracting anything here to make it go lower. All right. Obviously, when we press space, it won't actually restart right now, but it's nice to just see how our thing will look when we do actually make it work. All right. All right, and the coin is there, and boom. game over, press space to restart. Good. All right. I think that's good. And now, you know what? Let's also display the score for the user. So let's duplicate this yet again. Only need the bottom one. So, and then remember, we're going to get our text and our concatenation, which is how you, is a fancy word for saying string joiner, our concatenation block. And same thing, score, colon, space, and then I get our as text just to avoid issues, game attributes, getters, score. And then remember, so since this is going to be the same height, we're going to have to plus to, actually, you know what? We'll keep it in the same spot that it was. So you can just take out all that XY stuff and put in 5, 5. That's fine with me. All right, so let's add our restarting code. All right, so basics, and then, no, not basics, sorry. We're gonna do input and keyboard. So when, oh, well, looks like we don't have a space action, so let's go into our settings here, go to our controls, and create a new action and call it space. Then click here and highlight this with blue and hit the space bar, and that is good to go. Hit OK. Now we can use when space, our new space action, is pressed. Then we will switch to the scene level, and same thing, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. All right, but remember, if you did the my Space Invaders game tutorial, you'll remember that the score doesn't reset; it stays the same. So in our level, we are going to make a new when creating. Rename this to reset on create, and then we will set our score to 0 on create. And spawn time, let's see, what was spawn time by default? Spawn time's default was 5, so we will set spawn time to 5. And you may be thinking, well, we haven't done anything with spawn time yet. Well, we're about to, after we test this. Just want to make sure that this works. All right, so compile, and then we should be able to load into that, and we should be able to press the spacebar to reload the scene and play again. All right, here I am. My score is going up. I am going to just here, and then boom. All right, now it shows my score is 175. Game over. Press space to restart. I'll hit space. And it loads me back in. Score is back down to 0. That is perfect. I think that is great, actually. Perfect. All right. Now, next, we are going to do spawn time. All right, so add event in our level. Time every n seconds. We're going to rename this to just to rename it to game harder, I guess. Or just dynamic difficulty, because that's what this is called. Dynamic difficulty. It gets harder as you progress. It's dynamic. Dynamic difficulty. All right. So actually, let's do it dynamically. We're going to get out of math times here. So let's do spawn time times spawn time. So that time it will get significantly, so it starts at 5, right? So the first time this loop happens, it'll be after 25 seconds. And then we're going to lower it by, say, 0.5. So then it'll be 4.5. So it'll be, now instead of that, it'll be, let's see, I'm trying to think. That is some indirect calculation, so I'm going to calculate that real quick. So 4.5 times 4.5. So then it'll be 20.25 seconds, and then we'll lower it by 0.5 again. It'll be 4 times 4, which is 16, and so on and so on. So that way the game will get harder over time, but not directly. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to conditionals. We're going to grab this, and we're going to make it a greater than or equal to. Actually, no, just a greater than. So we're going to say if game attributes spawn time. So we don't want it to get too infinitely hard, and we don't want it to go into the negatives. So we're going to say if spawn time is greater than 2, then we can move on with our operation. Alright, so then we're going to set spawn time to, and it's going to be math minus getters score, not score, spawn time. Spawn time minus 0.5. Or to make the game last longer, we'll do 2.5. Alright, so, and now, every spawn time, it'll do that. Alright, so let's test that. I'm going to test that right now. So it won't be noticeable at first. It'll take a while, but eventually we'll notice it getting faster and faster as the game progresses. Alright, just going to try that. I can get the coin. I can avoid the bird, even though I want the coin. It's not worth it. Alright, coin. Coin. It's pretty chill right now. Relatively easy. I sort of have to pay attention, but not super hard. Alright, now you can see it's starting to get noticeably more difficult, where they're spawning the coins, which I have set to spawn every half a spawn time. There's always a coin on the screen now. Like as soon as one goes off, another one comes on. So it's getting faster, you can tell. Another thing that we can do to make the game harder is go into our dashboard and go to our behaviors. Remember this go left behavior. We can do a similar thing in there. I don't know why it wants me to play the crash course. So when created, it's set to -20, but we'll do time every n seconds. We'll do the same equation. No, we'll do a faster equation. So every 5 seconds, just say, no, I'll do 10. Every 10 seconds, then it will make, we're going to, actually I have to make an attribute here. The attribute is going to be speed, and is going to be a type number. And we're going to keep it hidden because we don't want, actually no, we'll keep it, yeah, we'll keep it hidden because we don't want the user to be able to configure it. We just want to configure it in here. This is our own private thing. So when created, we're going to set speed to -20, and we're going to have where we have here our set x speed. We're just going to set that to that. There. And then we're going every n seconds, we're going to set speed to, we're going to get our minus. So it's going to be getters. So speed minus. Remember, so since we're going left, the more negative the number, the better. So we're going to say -1 every 10 seconds. That'll make it go faster. And we're going to say if less than, or greater than, sorry, if attribute speed. So if speed is greater than -50, so if it's -49 to -20, anywhere in there, then we can do that. Otherwise, -50 is really fast, probably, and that's as fast as we want it to go. So we'll test that and see how that is. Alright, here we are. So I'm not going to get coins just so I can keep track of time better. So every 10 seconds, so it should be noticeably faster every time we get to the 10. Something I just realized is that it's not quite going to work that way. I forgot. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out speed out of all of these equations. And I'm going to take that speed out there. And take that speed out here. I'm going to make speed, so attributes, I'm going to use the minus here in the attributes tab to remove speed. I'm going to go to the palette. So game attributes, I'm going to make it a game attribute called speed. It's going to be a number, and its initial value is going to be -20. And if that doesn't load, hit Control R to refresh it. And then go back here. Speed. Alright. So in the beginning, speed is -20. So we're going to set the x speed to speed, and every n seconds, actually, we're going to make a separate event for that. We can right click this and copy this, but we are going to minus that to make it a separate event in our levels updating function. Alright, so, oh, and in the reset on create, we can set our speed back to -20. Alright, so add event, time, every n seconds, every 10 seconds, we said 10. We're going to right click paste to grab that back out. If our speed is greater than -50, then we can set our speed to, grab that minus, speed -1. So this way, after 300 seconds, which is after 5 minutes, the game will be at max speed difficulty. So we can test that. And I forgot to rename this event. I'm going to rename this event dynamic speed difficulty, or dynamic difficulty speed. Dynamic diff speed, that's fine. Oh, said sped. That's good. Alright, load this up. Ooh, I didn't see it. Alright, press space to restart, that's fine. Alright, now I'm back here. So I'm not going to get any coins, because same thing, every 100. Ah, man, I tried to avoid that, but I couldn't. Alright, so every 100 points without getting coins, the game will get a little bit harder speed. It won't be very noticeable, but it should be noticeable. Oh, I hit space to jump. I didn't realize it. That was not jump. Terrible at my own game. Alright. Should be good this time. Alright. So now it's 100 and it gets a little bit faster. Like, not that much, but you could tell. You could tell it got faster. Alright. 200, it's a little bit faster. And it's just slowly getting faster. 300, just a little bit faster. 400, and it's just gonna keep getting faster until 3,000 without getting any coins, which is quite a long time. That's 5 minutes. 500, it just keeps getting faster. All right, I think that is good for this game. I will make a video doing finishing touches, but other than that, I think this game is pretty much done. So if you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment telling me what you would like me to do next. See y'all later. Peace.